All right, guys, so this story right here is one of those stories where I think if it was any other president in modern American history, this would be a way bigger story, and you'd honestly be talking about impeachment, and you'd be talking about a legacy completely and utterly destroyed as a result of this horrific decision-making. This is in the Daily Beast. They say the following: Trump administration to incinerate 500 tons of emergency food meant for children. The administration has ordered 500 metric tons of emergency food aid, enough to feed 1.5 million malnourished children for a week, to be incinerated tomorrow rather than be distributed as part of its ongoing purge of U.S. aid. The high-energy biscuits intended for children under 5 living in war and disaster zones are currently being stored in a warehouse in Dubai and were meant to be shipped out this year, but will instead go to waste due to cuts by the Department of Government Efficiency, effectively halting nearly all forms of foreign aid. Current and former aid workers speaking anonymously for fear of retaliation told The Atlantic that the sheer scale of waste is unprecedented. Despite repeated assurances from the administration not to eliminate food aid, U.S. warehouses around the world currently house 60,000 tons of food, including peas and cereal originally bound for famine-stricken Sudan, which the administration is now unable to deliver even if it wanted to, after gutting U.S. aid and firing logistical experts. According to The Atlantic, the amount of food set to be incinerated tomorrow would be enough to feed every single child currently starving in Gaza. I think it's time for everybody to wake up and realize that evil exists. Evil is real. And what we're witnessing here is flat-out evil. The extent to which you have to not give a shit about anybody to make these decisions and be comfortable with the outcome, it is mind-boggling to me. It is astonishing. I can't even wrap my mind around this degree of callousness, around this degree of evil. It's evil, bro. This shit is evil. So now 1.5 million malnourished children are cooked, are done. Potentially many of them will die. They reference Gaza here, that there was enough food there to feed every single starving child in Gaza. And all because of a mindset, an ideology of anti-government extremism. And this is something that, you know, Trump has embodied it way more now than he did in his first term. Elon Musk was sort of steering the ship with this for a long time. And the fact that this wasn't, like, the fact that Trump didn't hit rock bottom just based off the Doge shit is an indictment on MAGA, isn't it? Because what are we talking about? We're talking about massive cuts to pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels, and they destroyed the CFPB, which is the anti-scam police. They fired nuclear safety officials. They're trying to abolish FEMA. The Department of Education, massive cuts there, trying to get rid of that. Fired 83,000 veterans. Shut down 50% of the Social Security offices. Fired 250,000 public workers overall. Fired food safety inspectors. No more routine food safety inspections. Air traffic controllers, of course, fired many of them. Cut back on scientific research and medical research. Millions are going to die because of the U.S. aid cuts. And now, this is a story. So I'm reading you this story here. I'm explaining to you the 1.5 million malnourished children who are now screwed because Trump decided to light the food on fire instead of delivering it. Is anybody else even talking about this? Is this even making it to CNN or MSNBC? Is this, it feels like a uniquely evil era. Like, it feels like it's as evil or more evil than, like, the 1940s, doesn't it? When you can have a story. Like, the idea that this would even be a thing on the menu. Sir, would you like to deliver the food that could save the starving kids, or just light it on fire? And Trump's like, light it on fire. Fuck those kids. We don't like those kids. Like, think about how dark that is. Think about how fucking demonic that shit is. And that's where we are. So not only is that happening, as I said, but also, are people going to talk about it? Is it going to be spread far and wide? Is this going to be something that people give a shit about? I'll tell you what. If you're one of the 1.5 million malnourished kids who were supposed to get that food and now you're not, I think it matters to that person. I think the fact that you might die as a result of not getting this food, which they're lighting on fire instead of delivering to you, because God forbid, it costs a little bit of money to send it from point A to point B. And this is why it's going to be the Chinese century. The next century is going to be the Chinese century, is that they're going to fill in all the gaps where we're retreating from the world. They're going to step in and they're going to say, oh, there was a U.S. aid. Well, now there's a China aid. You need your malaria medication. You need your HIV medication or your AIDS medication. We got you. Right? This is what soft power is. Now, as you all know, I'm anti-imperialist. Everybody should be anti-imperialist. But that's hard power, right? Soft power is while you might be working towards the same goals of remaining a superpower in the world, the end result of what they call soft power is just people like you because you saved their lives with food and medicine, right? And now they're like, well, let's do all the hard power in the world, bomb Yemen, bomb Somalia, bomb Iran, arm Israel as they do a genocide. Like, it's like bomb anybody and everybody, tell everybody to fuck off and suck your nuts by launching a trade war on everybody, and at the same time, take away everybody's food and medicine. So zero soft power, all hard power, and we're in a place where now everybody fucking hates us, because they should. Because they should. So all his bullshit about, Trump's bullshit about, America's respected again, we're respected again. Nothing has ever been less true, ever. And now you know, 1.5 million kids, malnourished kids, screwed. 500 metric tons of emergency food aid. Destroy it. Don't deliver it. Destroy it. Of course. Of course. This alone is impeachment worthy in my mind. This alone should destroy whatever semblance of a legacy remained for this fucking charlatan war criminal con man buffoon. That's the bottom line. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.